my favorite deputy.
Okay, so this video is going to be why I prefer, about my camera, why I prefer this 2009 Cloud Box digital data Woody over like the Signature Collection Woody. And just right off the bat, I mean, the immediate thing is that the belt buckle is the correct color. It's yellow. You can see, we zoom in, which is accurate to the computer rendered Woody that you see in the movies as well. I'll include a shot over to the side here, probably over in here somewhere in this region, up there, right in here or something, so that you can see what I'm talking about. But the accurate yellow instead of gold, the Signature would have had gold. To me, that's a big deal. Again, that carries on with the holster and the yellow trim around that, as well as on top of that, the spurs are also yellow, whereas again on the Signature, all of that stuff is gold. I prefer the accurate yellow. Another thing, and this one can vary between different Woodies, for sure, just because of production. But the vest, now on Signature collections that I've had, the vest wasn't as flat, for one. It just didn't have that nice kind of flat look to it. It was kind of more ruffled and stuff. Also, the length varies, but to me, this is a good length compared to the length of the vest as it appeared in the movie. Again, we'll have pictures over to the side that I'll layer on so that you can see what I'm comparing better. But to me, I just look at that and I think that looks like a good vest compared to the way it looked like in the movie. I also do like these wider buttons, wider white buttons. They're not special or anything. I do like the look of them. A lot of people will, put like real type of pearl snaps on custom Woodies and things. I happen to like this that just came stock on here. They're just plastic, not fancy or anything. I like the look of those personally. So, and if we come up and we look at his hat, the Signature series will have the real leather stitching, and it will also have the painted band, which this doesn't have. So I do kind of wish it would be nice if this had the painted band, but there are different scenes in the movie, specifically one that I'm thinking of for Toy Story, 3, I think. Toy Story 3, where after he gets caught in that tree and he loses his hat, Bonnie takes him home. His hat's laying down in the grass, and they didn't put the band on it if you look at that scene. So it looks like this hat in that particular scene. So it depends on the scene. Also, especially in the early animations, which Toy Story 1 and Toy Story 2 are still my favorites for sure. Always will be. That's what I grew up with. So you can't tell that, this, you can't tell if this is really stitched or not because the way the animation is done. It could just be printed on like this. Again, this is all more toy-like kind of look to me. I don't know. I prefer it over the Signature Collection. I mean, in the box too. These aren't cheap either. I mean, they cost. They'll run you about the same price as the Signature Collection. Out of the box, you might be able to find one cheaper, but a lot of them are going to be beat up and really played with a lot. A lot of them may be missing the hat, and different other things. So depends on what you're looking for. If you want one in good shape, you're probably going to want to try to find one in the box if you can, and that's not going to be cheap. But you could find one in good shape out of the box too if it was like a collector or something. But again, that's probably going to run you more too because it'll be in better shape. So really, compared to the Signature Collection in price, they're not that far off. Also, a huge thing about this one compared to the Signature Collection is that just naturally on this Woody, he's got a naturally floppy head. So, and the Signature Collections is locked on. It's not floppy. So, as far as accuracy to the movie, this is the most accurate one. Its head's even floppy. It's like the movie, and he's riding around on Andy's shoulder at the beginning of the first movie. His head's bobbing back and forth. This does that. His overall size too is also good. It's going to be pretty much the same as the Signature though, so there's not much to be said about that. Both of those are the same. I like the badge that this one happens to come with. It's pretty simple and to the point. I'm not sure how different it is from the Signature. I don't have an example of the Signature anymore to show. So, but yeah, in basic terms and everything, that pretty much sums up why I personally prefer this Woody over the Signature Collection Woody.
Ha-ha! Sheriff Woody and his deputy saved the day! Yee-haw! Can you help me gather up a posse? We need to stop those bandits! A sheriff always wears his badge with pride. Good work, deputy. Hello? So, how you doing? Ha-ha! Boy, am I glad to see you. Ha-ha! You are one fun deputy. When there's trouble on the prairie, I'm your sheriff. Yee-haw! Ride him, cowboy! Howdy, partner. My name's Sheriff Woody. You're my favorite deputy. There's a snake in my boot. Reach for the sky. This town ain't big enough for the two of us. Giddy up, partner. We gotta get this wagon train a-moving.
So he's got really cool phrases too. Pretty much, I believe, the same as what the Signature has. He doesn't have the feature where he'll interact, but again, another reason why I prefer him is because he doesn't have that. Because the Woody in Toy Story was just a pull-string doll. He wouldn't have had interactive features like that stock with Buzz and stuff. I really wish that when they made the Signature series, instead of adding all that extra frill stuff, like the interaction feature. I mean, they've had other, like interactive buddies. They've had Buzz and Woody packs. They've had multiple of those and things that interact with each other. So it's nothing new. And they were kind of trying to combine all the best things, I think, from the physical releases as well as the stuff from the movie. I wish they would have just focused on just making one accurate to the movie, instead of adding all the kind of almost like gimmicky type things. I wish they would have, basically made this Woody, for the most part, maybe made his head a little bit floppier because the one in the show was floppier. I'm not sure. His body maybe a little better off, a little bit thinner, things like that to gauge in movie accuracy. and would have went with a closed mouth smile head, of course. Done the hat. I guess, the stitching, that would have been maybe kind of a nice touch, so they could have included the stitching like they did on the regular Signature Series, but definitely a closed mouth smile head. Just a regular pull string. If they could have made a slow retract pull string, you see a lot of people modding Woodies with slow retracts. So if they would have just put a regular slow retract, so you pull it and, it retracts really nice and slowly. And then loaded the voice box with all of the sayings that he would have said in toy mode throughout the movies that are like recorded in the movies. Tom Hanks, his voice too, saying it, and like, there's in the movies when he says stuff like "You're my favorite deputy," you can tell it's like an old pull strings is trying to wind up, so it's like "You're my favorite," like that kind of a thing going on. It would have been cool if they would have included that kind of a thing in the voice box, too, for the Signature Series, So instead of adding all the other stuff, just make it like it was the Woody, literally the Woody that in the movie. That would have been the coolest thing ever to me. That would have been the Woody to have, and that would have been, in my opinion, a Signature Series done right instead of what they did. I'm actually pretty disappointed with the Signature Series, in my opinion. So that's my take on it. Also, I'm sure just doing that kind of a thing would have also probably kept the price lower. So not that it was super expensive to buy when they were new necessarily. It was higher than a lot of stuff, but it still wasn't crazy, I guess. And I really wish they would have done the same kind of a thing with Buzz, too. Instead of putting the motor in his head, just leave that all alone, make it a toy. Have him say all of his movie-accurate phrases. Have his laser have a movie-accurate sound. Everything like that. Even do that kind of multiple beep thing, like when he's winding up, it goes like beep, 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 that kind of a thing. Have it do that too. So it was accurate to the movie again. And the wings, obviously they can make the wings right because they're great on the Metacom, which is a $700 freaking Buzz Lightyear that has no electronics that I think is ridiculous. It's ridiculous that that's priced that high. Even though it's posable and stuff, I mean, talk about posability of things. All right, I've got over here, for instance, I've got this this Optimus Prime, this Armada Optimus Prime, Legacy Evolution Armada Optimus Prime. That thing's super posable, way more posable than the original, which I have sitting over here. Right there. He's sitting down. And go back over here. That guy was under $100 for me to get. He has no electronics. He's plastic. He transforms. He combines with his trailer. Oops, I bumped that. He combines with his trailer. You can look it up and see if you're interested in Transformers. You probably already know what I'm talking about. He really cool figure, and everything. And it was, like I said, it was under $100 with tax for me to buy that. All right. So there's no reason for that Buzz to be the price it is. They're just trying to completely rip people off on the price. There's no way they need it to be that expensive to make money on it. Anyway, that's my opinion on that. But going back to that, I think that they can make the wings. They could have done the wings so much better on the Signature Collection. And that makes Buzz, the wings definitely make Buzz to me. So I've always wanted a movie accurate Buzz Lightyear, that had the same wingspan and everything as the movie, the lights on the tips, and stuff like that. Said all the same things as the movies, all that kind of stuff. I always wanted that. I always wanted a Woody, just like the Woody in the movie too. And I'm sure a lot of people have. And part of the reason probably why they don't make them that are fully like the movie is because if they make one that's fully like the movie, then why would you need to buy any more? You know, if they make a Woody that's just like the movie Woody, if they make a Buzz that's just like the movie Buzz, why would anybody ever need to buy another one, you know? Or why would a kid ever want another one if they had one and it didn't break, you know? If something happened to it and it broke or whatever, you know? But, you know, why would they? There would be nothing to improve. You know, they couldn't like add a new feature that would be like, oh, I need to have this one because this one does this and this other one doesn't do this, you know? And they couldn't keep selling stuff. They couldn't keep making money if they actually made one like the movie. But they can, obviously. I mean, like I said, the Medicom Buzz proves that they can easily make one like the movie. And there's been even things like on now a fully retractable helmet on like a Toy Story version Buzz Lightyear. I don't know, but they have done one on a Lightyear from the Lightyear movie. I forget the name of the company that did it now. I have a short up. It was quite a long time ago. I put it up. I found it. It's a die-cast Lightyear, and they were able to do a fully retractable helmet on that. So it works like the jetpack just folded back, and then the helmet folded up. A little piece of helmet kind of folded up in the back, and then the whole thing flipped down into the back of the pack, and then you just clip the pack back over it. And it was fully retractable, so I mean, you know. But anyway, I'm just going off on stuff. So I just think that they could have done the Signature Collection a lot better than they did. I think they tried to put too many gimmicks in it, and because of that, they screwed it up. At least for people who are collectors, in my opinion, that's what I think. But yeah, so that's my opinion. I do like this Woody. I prefer this Woody. Very happy I have it. There's Andy back there with Woody. So, and as you can see there in that picture too, you can see that Woody's legs are thinner too. And his arms look a little chubbier. Of course, he stitched that one arm and they carried that over into other movies, so you could tell his arms were chubbier, but you can just see kind of, I think you would be able to anyway, just the difference, and kind of like the legs were definitely thinner. They're a lot thicker looking here, you know, stuff like that. But they could easily do that. I mean, the kind of like, for instance, like with Transformers, I mean, you know, they just came out with this 86 Optimus Prime back here from G1, Hasbro did. And I mean, the thing looks phenomenal. In truck and robot mode, looks like it jumped right out of the animation, out of the 80s cartoon. Out of the 86 movie. It's great. What they can do with this stuff is amazing. And that's made by Hasbro. Hasbro used to make, obviously with the Toy Story and Beyond line, they used to make Toy Story stuff. So, like I said, I'm assuming Mattel has the license now since they're the ones making the stuff. Thinkway just vanished into not existing, so I don't think they're around anymore. But with Hasbro making stuff like this, and Hasbro also makes a lot of stuff that's geared just to collectors, like for different really popular movies and stuff that people collect for, like Ghostbusters, and things like that. So, and they make it affordably too. A lot of times it's a lot more affordable than some of the other stuff, really. So I would really like to kind of see Hasbro actually, I think, get the license for Toy Story, for like Toy Story 5. I'd like to see what they do with the toys. I'm pretty disappointed with what Mattel is doing. As far as a collector standpoint, I mean, maybe it's fun for kids. I don't know. I think they're overpriced too, even for kids. I think you can get a better deal from the Disney store. You know, that's my opinion on that. If you want to get Toy Story toys for your kids, I would say go to the Disney store, because you get way more for your money than what Mattel's putting out. I was disappointed in it. Obviously, you can watch my half-done Buzz review if you want to know my opinion on that, but it's an opinion too. I mean, they're toys at the end of the day, so. But but yeah, I would like to see what Hasbro would do, especially because there is collector market for Toy Story stuff, obviously, and you've got companies like Robeson coming out with that, you know, robotic Buzz Lightyear that's ridiculously expensive too. It's like $700 some. Also, that's an interesting comparison you can make to the Medicom Buzz as well, you know. Because the Medicom Buzz has no electronics, and it's about the same price as the Robinson that is a robot. So that's you can see there how you're getting ripped off by buying the Metacom Buzz. I think the Robinson's too expensive too. I mean, I get it; it's robotic and everything like that. It's not something I really feel the need to have. Like, it's kind of like a huge gimmicky thingy. Like they do the Transformers too. I don't know. It's way too expensive in my opinion, but they sell them. So, and it's like on the Disney Store now. I don't know what's going on with that. I was pretty surprised that they put that on the Disney Store, but it's on there. Anyway, so I don't think there's any reason why they can't make a good, actual movie accurate Woody and Buzz for a fair price for collectors and for whoever wants to buy it, kids who want to have it to play with, or collectors who want to have a good movie accurate Woody and Buzz. They do the same thing with Jesse, and all the other characters. Also, it's not like it's impossible. It's nowhere near impossible. They can do it. It's just nobody's done it. But Robeson coming out with what they've come out with, Metacom coming out with the Buzz and their Woody and all that kind of stuff kind of shows that there's a market for that. So maybe for Toy Story 5, maybe we'll see some really cool movie accurate versions of maybe all the toys from the Toy Story movies that aren't like the signature collection, that are more geared toward being the toy, like the toy from the movie. That would be really cool. I would definitely be really excited about it and happy, especially if they can make a affordable Buzz that was like the movie. I would love that personally. I would absolutely love that. But anyway, yeah, I kind of rambled there, but decided I would get this out and do a video just kind of talking about it and everything. Haven't had him out for a while, so I wanted to put some batteries in him too and whatnot. Just mess around with him a little bit before I put him back up on the shelf. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you made it this far to the end and listened to all my rambling, thank you very, very much, for one. And I'll just say this at the end, I guess. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you get updated when I upload new videos, because you'll be able to watch them like right away. So that's pretty cool, right? Anyway, so do that if you want to. I mean, you don't have to, but it might help or be nice or cool or whatever. Or you might. I don't know. If you don't want to, don't do it. Don't do it. If you want to, go ahead. That'd be great. Yep. I do giveaways too, by the way. So, did one at 1,000 subscribers, and I'm planning on doing another one at 2,000 subscribers. Last time I gave away one item, and for 2,000, we'll see. I'm debating. I might give away 2 items, so 2 people may be able to win something at the 2,000 subscriber giveaway. So if you want to be part of that, be sure to be subscribed so that you can enter when we get there. So I use Instagram when I do those to contact people, so you have to be following me on Instagram if you do want to enter and have a chance of winning. But yeah, that won't be till 2,000 subscribers. But I'm gaining them every day, so thank you very much. Appreciate that. If you want to watch any more videos, I have playlists, and they should pop up kind of at the end, maybe around here if this is like the end and I don't yammer for another 50 minutes. So they'll pop up around this area, around Woody here. Like, they might even kind of block Woody, obscure him a little bit. But you'll probably see some playlists here that you can click on if you so choose and watch of Toy Story stuff and whatever. I have some Transformers stuff up. I haven't done like some of this new stuff I've got just because it's been reviewed 1,000 times already. I don't think many people be that interested in it, so I don't know. If something you see sitting on my table interests you a lot and I get a whole bunch of interest in it, like the comments or something, you want to see me review it, I'll review it. It's already been reviewed 1,000,000 times, so I doubt anybody would probably want to watch it. So I just have it on my table there for me. And I did some shorts with like this guy back here and stuff. But anyway, yeah. So there's my little talk about Woody and Toy Story and things. All right. Anyway, I will see you in the next video. Without further ado,
Ha ha! Boy, am I glad to see you.
well, that doesn't make any sense. We're going away.
Come on, partner. Let's saddle up for adventure.
That also sounds like we're about to do something.
Yee-haw! Ride 'em, cowboy!
I don't know. Let's see.
Hey, partner. You got a friend in me.
Yeah, that'll work.